Hi, hello, good afternoon everyone. Mayang hapon, Bombo Sheila and sa mga listeners ng Bombo Radio.
Ayun. Attorney, ano po yung overall legal assessment ninyo sa naging takbo ng D2 ng impeachment trial ni VP Sara Duterte, Attorney?
Okay, legal assessment. I believe na what happened yesterday, yung nangyari kahapon, is basically a political exercise of accountability. We are happy na tumatakbo yung makinarya ng demokrasya ng Pilipinas. We hold our public officials accountable. Kung nakukulong man yung mga ordinaryong tao dahil sa paggamit ng pera ng taong bayan, hindi exempted yung mga nasa mataas na posisyon katulad ng Vice President. And I believe naman yung nangyari kahapon or even until now, 'di ba? Kasi patuloy pa din naman yung impeachment proceedings. Merong 11 trial dates kasi yung doon natin para sa Article 4 of doon sa Articles of Impeachment, no? And mahaba pa talaga ito kasi meron tayong 4 na Articles of Impeachment. I believe na tama naman yung pagka-preside ni Senator Cheese Escudero, and nafa-follow naman nila yung mga rules ng impeachment court. And gusto ko lang sabihin, no, as a general notice or reminder sa mga tagapakinig na yung impeachment court natin is a sui generis court. Kumbaga, meron silang sariling nature, hindi katulad ng nasa judicial courts natin. So may sarili silang rules, and yung nasa rules of court natin ay nagiging basihan din nila para may pagpatuloy yung proceedings.
Alright. Attorney, isa sa mga naging sentro ng pagdinig kahapon ay yung video kung saan umano'y nagbanta si VP Sara Duterte laban sa Pangulo at iba pang opisyal. In legal aspect, Attorney, gaano po ba kabigat yung ganitong uri ng ebidensya sa isang impeachment trial? Okay.
So, yung na-discuss kahapon pertains to Article 4, grave threats, assassination plot, tsaka destabilization ni VP Sara. Naiintindihan ko bakit ito yung inuuna ng House Prosecutor dahil sa tingin ko ito yung pinakamabilis. This is the strongest evidence that the House can provide, no, to the impeachment court. Sabi nga natin sa law, the evidence speaks for itself. May mga videos na, no, so mabigat talaga yung evidence nila para ma-convict si VP Sara doon sa grave threats.
Oo. Attorney, hindi po ba sa tingin nyo, in your own personal view, hindi po ba nakaka-insulto sa senator judges o sa prosecution na nagpunta po si VP Sara Duterte doon sa Senate pero hindi po siya umattend ng impeachment trial?
Yes. No, actually, na isa sa mga hinihingi ng prosecutors ay dapat makumpel yung attendance ni VP Sara during the impeachment proceedings, no? And na-rule naman yan ni Senator Judge Escudero na base sa rules ng impeachment nila, impeachment proceedings, hindi naman na required na mag-attend yung adverse party, si VP Sara. And kung hinihiling man ni Prosecutor Lorna Capunan kahapon, if we remember, na i-invite si VP Sara, sinasabi ni Senator Escudero na they can just file a motion. Mag-file sila ng written na motion at saka papasagutin naman ng mga senador si VP Sara at yung kampo niya. Magbigay siya ng reply whether or not she will appear in the subsequent proceedings. So, hindi siya required. So, based on the rules, wala namang problem so far if VP Sara opt not to be there.
Oo. Attorney, naghain na din ng very urgent manifestation yung kampo ni VP Duterte sa Supreme Court upang ihinto yung pansamantala munang ihinto yung impeachment trial because kinu-question nila yung authority ni Senate President Senador Escudero as a presiding officer ng impeachment court. Attorney, gaano po ang kalakas yung legal argument na ito and maaari po ba nitong maapektuhan yung bisa ng mga naging proceedings?
Okay, dyan naman, no, I believe that's a pending case before the Supreme Court. And marami ng mga situations before that the Supreme Court would really respect the Senate, no, as a co-equal branch, no, the legislative as a co-equal branch. Now that the Senate pinagpatuloy naman nila yung kanilang impeachment proceeding, baka we don't know, the Senate will just basically render it moot and academic. Possible yan na maging desisyon ng Korte Suprema na anyway, nag-vote na din naman sila na for example si Chis Escudero yung magiging presiding judge,
Yes.
and then nagpatuloy sila sa Article 4 na dun sa articles of impeachment. So most likely the Senate will respect the decision of our legislative branch, particularly the Senate.
Oo. Attorney, sinasabing 92 days lamang yung posibleng itagal nitong impeachment trial ni VP Sara Duterte. Pero ngayon, day 3 pa lang tayo and isang article pa lang so far yung i-discuss. So, sa iyong observation, attorney, sa tingin mo, mas magtatagal pa kaya ito o mas magiging maiksi? Oo.
Okay, sa tingin ko naman, they are still within the period of time na na-identify nila during the pre-trial. Yung article, it's too early for me to, or masyadong early sa atin na i-predict na madedelay pa siya further. Kasi nasa day 3 pa lang tayo. At saka 11 trial dates naman yung binibigay ng impeachment court doon sa Article 4. So, I believe they are still within the time.
Alright. Oo. Attorney, meron din pong may mga nagtatanong na ano daw po yung role ni Senate President Win Gatchalian, kasi mostly si Escudero na yung nagsasalita. Well, given naman na siya yung presiding officer. Pero yung tanong po ng ating mga kabombo, attorney, allowed po ba siyang bumaba mula sa taas ng upuan and makiupo na lang sa tabi ng ibang senator judges?
This is an internal rules naman ng Senate that we should respect, no? Again, it's a sui generis, and it's a nature, it's actually like it's unique. If the Senate decides na ganun yung kanilang magiging takbo ng proceedings, then so be it. Since they decided na si Senator Escudero yung mag-preside, then so be it. And if nandun naman sa tabi niya si Senate President, then yun po yung magiging takbo ng proceeding na kailangan respetuhin ng public.
Oo, ayun. Attorney, ano naman po, assessment naman po ninyo sa naging strategy ng defense? Kasi puro daw object itong si Attorney Carlo Narvasa, technicalities and everything. So parang yung dating daw, attorney, is naging student daw ni Attorney Virgil Ligutan, itong si Carlo Narvasa. So ano po yung comment natin dito, attorney?
Okay, dyan naman, kung nasa defense ka, meron ka namang opportunity na i-object yung katanungan ng prosecutor. You can do that after niyang mag-ask ng question, at before sumagot yung witness. It's part of the process. You can object, then the presiding officer can rule on the matter. So they are just basically maximizing their opportunity to object the questions raised ng prosecutor. At saka today, meron naman din silang opportunity to cross-examine. So basically, it's part of the process, and Oo. Attorney, this also created a buzz sa social media. Actually, ito yung pinagdidibatihan ng marami. Attorney, can you explain po about the May 2025 ruling with the Supreme Court that says photocopies are considered originals daw sa korte? Opo. Naging issue nga yan recently, I do believe and I do subscribe to what was discussed yesterday by the prosecutor Ligutan. Meron kasi tayong rules on electronic evidence na yung duplicate is admissible siya to the same extent as the original. Okay? So unless kino-question natin yung authenticity or unfair if i-admit natin yung duplicate instead of the original.
Oo. Attorney, tanong ko lang, kung mapatunayang guilty po yung vice presidente, ano po yung eksaktong magiging epekto nito? I mean, automatic po ba itong may kasamang criminal liability o hiwalay pa po yun sa impeachment?
No, that's a good question, Bombo Sheila. ano ba yung kahinatnan, ano yung magiging epekto ng impeachment court. Basically, actually impeach na nga si VP Sara kasi yung pag-submit pa lang ng articles of impeachment ng House doon sa Senate, meron ng botohan na nangyayari, impeached na siya. It's a question of iko-convict ba siya ng Senate, no? Being the body na magiging impeachment court. Now, ano yung magiging effect nito? Basically, yung criminal liability, yung civil liability is different pa. Pwede siyang kasuhan later on sa courts natin after the impeachment para ma-penalize siya. The decision of the Senate may either be, kasi dapat clear yung Senado natin doon sa penalty or doon sa ano yung magiging result ng impeachment. Kapag nagko-convict sila, dapat clear kung i-bar ba nila si VP Sara to run for public office in the future, no? Kung walang ganong klaseng statement doon sa resulta ng impeachment, then it's clear na VP Sara can run for another public office in the future kung silent kumbaga yung desisyon ng impeachment court.
Okay. Oo. Attorney, what if mag-resign na lang itong si VP Sara Duterte? So automatic naman, no? O tama ba na hindi na po matutuloy yung impeachment kasi nag-resign na siya as Vice President? So once na mag-resign siya, attorney, pwede siyang tumakbo, no, as President in 2028?
Okay, kung magre-resign naman, ito personal opinion ko to ha, hindi naman na mahihinto yung impeachment just because nag-resign yung isang public official. Kasi kung magiging basis siya na mahinto yung proceeding, in the future, ganun lang pala kabilis, no? Like for example, magnanakaw ng pera ng taong bayan, magkakaroon ng impeachment, then as simple as just simply resigning, then doon mahihinto na lahat. So I believe na magko-continue pa din naman yung proceeding. And then, so definitely, it can't bar the accountability measure, no, that the Constitution is dictating us para ma-hold accountable yung mga public officials natin. And regarding whether or not pwede ba siyang tumakbo for president in the future, well, she can run for president in the future. Wala naman tayong basis na hindi siya pwedeng tumakbo. The only basis that we can see is that baka nga after the impeachment, magkaroon ng conviction, tapos isa sa penalty niya is hindi na siya pwedeng makatakbo sa public office. That's the only ground na nakikita natin for her not to be able to run for public office even as a president in the future.
Ayun, alright. Maraming salamat po, no, Attorney Guillermo Delfin, sa oras dito sa Bonggo Radio Tacloban. Thank you so much po and ingat po kayo dyan.
Thank you, Bombo Sheila.
Ayun.